Yo guys, Monday86 here. Welcome back to part 2 of the MANCO 606 with the engine swap with the Briggs & Stratton V-twin 16 horsepower. I have not bolted down the motor or the motor mount yet. I just have been taking measurements and seeing where the chain lines up. Unfortunately, over here, where the plate goes to the engine, I did have one of the bolts snap off inside the cover here, like the timing cover or the crankcase cover. What I'm going to do is I actually have enough room back here. There's a hole just like this back here, so I'm going to be drilling through this plate and putting a bolt and a couple washers in there, and hopefully that'll make up for not having a fourth bolt. But this was a pressure washer engine, so it has seen some use, and that bolt was almost like it was JB welded in there. It just didn't want to come out, so I'm gonna have to make do what I got. Got the motor mount. I'm gonna mark where the bottom of the block of the engine is. I'm gonna mark inside the holes, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the springs back off so I can raise the engine out of the chassis, and see where I marked my holes, and maybe I can start bolting it down. Okay. Bad boy out of here. Okay, you can see where I have the plate marked off where the block was. I'm just going to set the engine on there, and we're going to mark the bolts. I'm going to pick the engine straight up, see if my green left holes are going to mark. Okay, I got the holes marked here, and the bolts I'm going to be using down the engine, they are 5/16. So you see they slide in there nicely. I'll be using something a little shorter like that. So let's get marking and drilling. Well, what I've decided to do with this, I've decided to bolt this motor mount on. I will be going through this tube that's right there, so there'll be a support here. There's reinforcement from the stock motor mount over here, so I'll be drilling right here and putting a bolt. Another bolt over there, and then we'll have these two holes holding it over here, and then we'll just have the 4 motor mount holes for the motor. So I think it's going to do great. You know, if you ever want to put the stock engine back on it, you could just unbolt this plate and put everything back on original. Well, now that I undid the 6 bolts for the sprocket, I can mark my holes and bolt them up on the side. Got the motor mount painted. Gonna put a couple bolts in the side here. Still got to match drill that one a little better, and then we'll try to put the engine on and see if the bolt holes match. Got all the holes drilled. Be mounting 2 of these back holes to the frame back here. That's really going to give me the best support. Got bolts up here. I'm going to bolt the engine to the plate. Then I'm going to take the engine and the plate, and then bolt it to the factory frame and motor mount. Alright, got all the bolts secured to the motor mount. Except for that back one there, that one's going to get through bolted through that one hole. That's what it looks like. Alright, this is what we have here on the front of the engine. We have the motor bolted down to the motor mount, and then the aftermarket motor mount bolted down to the stock motor mount. And this is what we have here on the back. We got the motor bolted down to the motor mount, and then the motor mount bolted through the frame. This is what the underside looks like. As you can see, there's 2 bolts on the side, there's 2 bolts in the front, and here's the 2 bolts in the back. And it's definitely not going anywhere. And this is a direct bolt on. Okay, the orange mark is where I'm going to be making the new hole. As you can tell, there is a snapped off bolt inside there. Tried to get it out, tried to heat it up, tried to use PB Blaster, but it just broke off in the cover. So I have the 3 that go in there, and then I will drill a hole and put another bolt in there. Okay, I'm about to wrap it up for today. I got the engine bolted down. I got the motor mount bolted down. I still have to Dremel away a little bit of that hole right there so I can get that bolt in there.